In the dense alcoholic fog, struggling with my swollen tongue and my lust to possess this arrogant woman, I found myself reciting a koan. What is the way? What is the way? Quickly, the tigress interrupted me. I'm not a railroad track. Don't ask me. And you, do you know what the way is? This contemptuous retort made me aware of my mental confusion. The crow and the skull, life and death, good and evil, truth and lies, how to choose. In my all-consuming desire to master consciousness, I had lost the way. Tears came to my eyes as I quoted Master Hario. Because I was an open eye, I fell into the well. The tigress burst out laughing. She rocked so hard against the back of her chair that it fell over, sprawled on the floor with open legs, showing me that dark mouth that all Mexicans desired to see. She said, "Good. Now, open your eyes and forget your bullshit way. Fall into my well. But I warn you, it has no bottom." Suddenly, all my reason vaporized. Heedless of the consequences, I leaped at this wild beast on the floor, lifting her up with great effort. Her body seemed to weigh a ton. Then, half undressed, I had her straddle my back. She giggled like a girl. We both arose and, staggering out of the dressing room, laughing constantly, we stumbled on, ignoring the astonished stares of the stagehands, dancers, and striptease artists. We walked out of the theater toward the street exit. Gloria ran behind us, speaking with urgency. "Beware, my boy. Get her into the car very quickly so that the caliph doesn't find out and make mincemeat out of you." A long silver limousine with a chauffeur dressed like a Mexican cavalier pulled up in front of us. I got her inside and sat beside her. We began fondling and kissing each other with brutal, drunken lust. A small overhead lamp cast a dim light in the interior of the car. "Turn it off, faggot," she ordered the chauffeur. "I can't, boss. My orders are to have it lit at all times." "No one spies on me." She smashed the lamp with her fist and wiped the blood from her knuckles on the seat of the car. "And lower that fucking mirror. If you try to spy on us, I'll tear your eyes out." Obediently, the chauffeur lowered the rear view mirror, relying only on the side view mirrors as he drove. Then, with no witness in sight, we attempted to make love in the shadows, but we both passed out. When I awoke, I had lost all sense of time. The tigress snored, her head on my lap. The car was gliding through quiet streets in a wealthy neighborhood. Only high walls could be seen, hiding the houses behind them. We pulled up before a vast edifice, an imitation medieval castle built out of cement. The front gate lowered like a drawbridge. The tigress awoke abruptly and gave me a strange look. I thought she was going to bite me, but then she smiled and looked carefully out the window. "Get out with your head lowered and go inside fast. Don't let them get a photograph of your face. The cliff has spies in the house across the street. I did so and entered the ante-room of the castle. I was standing in front of the statue of an enormous devil with raised wings and a huge phallus. Offerings of flowers, marzipan fruits, and incense sticks were scattered at its feet. As in the frou-frou, everything was colored red and gold. The tigress waited for an old lady dressed in a Huichole Indian costume to turn the handle that raised the gate. She took me by the hand, saying, "The chauffeur will sleep in the limousine. When you leave, wake him up and tell him to take you to a taxi stand. Never let him take you to your house. I think he is also a spy. If they find out where you live, they could send guerrillas there to castrate you. Now come with me." She led me through her castle. In the kitchen there was barely room for an enormous Chinese banquet table with 12 chairs decorated with monks and dragons. In the salon I saw a magnificent 1950s phonograph and awnings decorated with photos of various Mexican presidents, especially Diaz Ordaz with his big mouth and his tiny, fanatical iguana eyes. We crossed a small cactus garden, arriving at her bedroom door. I drew back in surprise, seeing that a real, live tiger seemed to be lying there. She gave a cruel chuckle. "Whoever wants paradise must deserve it. Stroke his back. If he growls, it means he accepts you, and you can go in. But if he doesn't like you, well, I won't say what will happen." Though I could now see that the cat was not so big, the hair on my neck was bristling, and my body was trembling. Nevertheless, my pride made me not only stroke the beast, but also massage its neck. Soon, not only did it growl, it turned over on its back with lazy sensuality and offered me its stomach to scratch. The tigress now made fun of me. Actually, it's just a harmless ocelot. I've had its teeth and claws removed, and she pushed me into the room. The bed was round with blood-red silk sheets and covers. At the head there was an enormous seashell 10 feet high and about 7 feet wide with a predictable gold color. On one side of the bed was a holster with a large revolver and extra ammunition. Now the tourist visit is over. Get undressed. Lighting a violet candle, she turned out the lights. I found myself stretched out next to the naked tigress in the middle of the red circle. I tried to excite her by caressing her smooth, cold body with my humid hands. It felt as though it was not flesh I was touching. Her breasts, her legs, and her buttocks were as hard as marble. Also, she was totally passive, which caused my erotic passion to wither. In a few seconds, my phallus became a mere penis. Seeing this, she demanded, without any ounce of sympathy, You must do everything. I have no reason to do anything at all. But I stammered. It's impossible like this. After all, that mescal, fatigue, and danger, you won't even participate. It's too difficult. Shut up. I don't want to hear your excuses. If you don't get it up, I'll tell the journalists and all Mexico will know that you're impotent. It was a serious threat. She had important connections to the media. If I did not succeed, I would be humiliated by banner headlines in the newspapers. I concentrated as never before, rummaging in all my pornographic memories. I opened the doors to everything bestial in myself. After a short but agonizing moment, I finally had an erection. Fearing that it might be short-lived, I climbed immediately onto the statue and with the aid of saliva began to penetrate her indifferent vagina. But then she stopped me. Calm down, artist. You've proved that you can do it. Even more important, you proved it to yourself. That's enough. I don't need your sperm. What I want is your talent. With this act, we've signed a contract. We're gonna work together. I have a big project, but now I want you to let me sleep. Leave, quickly. The caliph could arrive at any moment, and what belongs to him, never mind. Come to the theater tomorrow. She inserted earplugs, closed her eyes, turned over on her stomach, and fell into such a deep sleep that it seemed like an implosion.